Hey guys. Let's turn that down a little bit. Turn it down. How are you, everybody? How are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining. Some East music here from the Oath in Velgana. It's called Be Careful, the song. I always think that YouTube doesn't immediately notify people of these streams because of the name. Usually it takes a while. Hi, what's up? Stop leaving. Why join if you're gonna leave in like 2 seconds? I don't get it. Yo! Yeah, take your sweet ass time, YouTube. Well, we've already established that YouTube doesn't like me. Right? Because I curse, because I say damn. Because I use the name of the Lord in vain. I swear. And that's so wrong, man. That's so incorrect, politically incorrect, unacceptable to YouTube's guidelines and whatever. Well, there we go. People are joining, finally. After almost 2 minutes of being live. Can you believe that? YouTube, man. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining. It's time to ask your goddamn questions. There we go. Right away, the first question. Have you played Scarlet Nexus? I only played the demo. PlayStation 4 demo. I really liked it, you know. So, but, you know, I'm just gonna wait for the price to drop, like always. I always wait for the price to drop. Yes, I streamed the demo of Tales of Arise. It was, what was it, guys? Like 2 weeks ago? Like a week and a half ago? Yeah. The demo was great. It was just too short for my taste, but you know, it was pretty much all you, the player, all you needed to know about the game, all you needed to see. That's 1 hour long demo, I think, and that's it. You know, that's pretty much how you can get a taste. I don't know. I think Bandai Namco knew what they were doing with this demo. It's like, you know, people are gonna buy this game anyway, demo or not, so let's just give them an hour-long demo. Yeah, the Tales of Arise demo, it was amazing. I can't wait to play the full game. I'm a big Tales fan. What recommendations do you have for RPGs? Me? None, man. What's that? RPG? What the hell is that? Yeah, the Be Careful theme from the first dungeon in Oath in Felgana. This is Blue Dragon. This is the final dungeon theme. The final dungeon theme, man. Whoa! What happened there? Music disappeared. There we go. I don't know why I did move something here. I just moved my microphone. Is the Tales of Arise gameplay better than Berseria? I like the battle system a lot. I'm not sure if it's better than the one in Berseria because I put 40 plus hours into Berseria and I only put 1 hour into Arise. But I really like the battle system in Arise. It's very, very good. How are you liking East 9 so far? Ooh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm like, you know what's starting to piss me off? I don't know what the hell happened here that Falcom removed the timer. I can't see anywhere in the game. Oh, if you guys know, let me know, please. I can't see, you know, the timer like how many hours I put into the game. It's probably around 6 hours, 5-6 hours, and I'm loving it so far. It's an excellent game. I love the town. What I don't like is that, you know, the game kind of forces you a little bit to do certain side quests. Well, it's either that or fight a lot of monsters in town. So other than that, it's an excellent game. I'm really liking it. East never disappoints. But yeah, what's up with the timer, man? Witcher Steve, thanks a bunch, man. Can you please not take the Lord's name in vain, however? What's my favorite is? Asking Adult Kristen. Oh man, well, for now that will be 8. Is 8. I think is 8 is excellent. But I don't know, let me finish is 9 first and we'll see. But for now, if I had to reply right now, it would be is 8. My favorite. Nier Replicant or Automata? Neither. I'm gonna choose Nier Gestalt, the original on the PlayStation 3. Which one is better, Final Fantasy 7 or 6? Well, for me, 6. Although I really liked Final Fantasy 7, the original. But yeah, I will choose Final Fantasy 6 over 7 any day. Have you ever been to Europe? Yes, I was in the UK for several months, and I was in Germany for a couple of days only. 2.5 days. Should Adel grow a beard? A beard in East 10. Definitely. A goatee like mine. Just a goatee, not this, you know, that I haven't shaved. Have you seen the Kuro no Kiseki trailers? Yeah, I've seen a lot of Kiseki trailers. We're gonna get that game in full, like 2 years from now, right? This is the Dragon Quest 11 town theme. Where did you learn to speak English? I'm self-taught. I learned it when I was like 11 years old. Obviously at school, right? But I started practicing English when I was like 11, 12 years old. I wanted to know what the music I was listening to was saying, that the singers of my favorite bands were saying. And I also watched a lot of movies with English subtitles when the DVD era came about. Some DVDs let you choose, you know, put the English subtitles instead of Spanish subtitles. Yeah, it took a lot of practice, man. Years of, you know, listening to it, conversations with people, and just pretty much practicing. Yeah, the music. I don't know why people hate this music. Well, because they're pretty much used to the orchestral type of music by Mr. What's the name of the guy? Koichi Sugiyama. Yeah, right. Yeah, and I really like the soundtrack of Dragon Quest 11. You can see your playtime on your save files in Is 9. Oh, so you gotta go manually to the... That's bullshit, I hate that. The timer, the playtime should be in the game itself. I hate that, man, I really hate that. I'm a big fan of the Grow Lancer series. Awesome! Is there anything similar to you that you would recommend? Woo! I don't think there's anything like Grow Lancer, man. They're just too original. In terms of gameplay mechanics, I take it you're asking. Dude, I can think of some real-time strategy RPGs like the Ogre Battle games. Ogre Battle on the Super Nintendo and Ogre Battle on the 64. But, you know, the moment you start playing them, you're gonna be like, this isn't like Grow Lancer. Nothing's like Grow Lancer. It's just that unique and original. You could try the Langreaser series. They're grid-based strategy RPGs. But, you know, the feel is kind of there. Several routes to follow, you know, several endings. And waifus. Yeah, I don't think there's anything like Grow Lancer. Maybe... Well, there's gotta be something, right? Somewhat similar. But I'm just forgetting about it. Did you play Saga Scarlet Grace? Nope. No, I didn't. And that's one of those games I'm always looking out for. I'm always, every now and then I go to the Switch eShop or to the PlayStation Network, PlayStation Store, and I always look up for that game to see if it's dropped its price, but it's always $30. That's highway robbery. No digital game should cost that much, in my opinion. So I'm gonna wait for that $10 deal to play the game. I'm probably not gonna like it because it's a Saga game and I'm not the biggest Saga fan, but I love Romancing Saga on the PlayStation 2, right? Favorite game OST, Chrono Cross is my favorite soundtrack of all time. I love it so much. What is your favorite console? The PlayStation 2, man! The PlayStation 2. I do have a lot of love for the PlayStation 4. I think it's officially my second favorite console of all time, but I can't forget about the PSTV. The PSTV is the PS Vita, console that you plug into your TV. Jeez, but yeah, not a single game will ever take, the PlayStation 2's place. What was the last Fire Emblem game you played? I just beat Blazing Sword live. That was a few months ago. But that was like my 4th time playing the game. My 4th time. I've beaten that game 4 times now. Awesome. Check out this song. You will never recognize it. Sonora. Thanks, man. Would you rather play Time and Eternity for a week or play Eternal Quest for a month? Pick your poison. I would rather play Eternal Quest for a month. It's a terrible, absolutely terrible game, but at least it's not visually disturbing like Time and Eternity. Which JRPG fanbase is the most annoying? Oh, definitely the Souls fanbase, man, or the Chrono Trigger fanbase. Oh my god. Oh god, man. The Chrono Trigger fans didn't used to be this annoying, but nowadays it's like, oh fuck, man, yeah, your game is great, the whole world knows it. Stop rubbing it into people's faces, we know it. Your mom knows it, your grandparents know that already, your kids. Aliens know that already. The animals know it. Stop. Stop. Really. There's a shit ton of great, excellent JRPGs out there. Other than Chrono Trigger. I love Chrono Trigger, but god damn it, the fanbase makes me hate it sometimes. But the Souls, man, ooh, nothing beats the Souls fanbase in my opinion. That's the absolute worst. Shin Megami Tensei fanbase, it's, oh boy. But the Shin Megami Tensei fanbase, it's more of a personal distaste, disdain. It's like we hate each other. I have a history with the Shin Megami Tensei fanbase. I might do a video about it just to, criticize it again, and explain what's the deal between me and the Shin Megami Tensei fanbase. Why do we hate each other? Why the SMT fans hate me? What are your expectations of Tales of Arise? Pretty much, I have no expectations because the demo pretty much showed me everything I needed to know. So, I'm keeping my expectations to a minimum. What is your favorite industrial band? Well, I could say Nine Inch Nails, but Nine Inch Nails, even though it's considered as an industrial rock band, sorry. I see it more of an experimental band, but yeah, Nine Inch Nails, it's either that or maybe Gary Newman, Fear Factory. Thank you, Rem. Do you think Earthbound is overrated? Overrated as in it's not as good as they say? I can't say that because I barely play the game. I've only played the game 2 times. And I think I played the game for like an hour both times, so I can't say if it's not as good as they say. But overrated as in it is extremely popular and people treat the game as if it was, you put it on a silver plate and you can't criticize the game because they get offended. Yes, it's very overrated. Thanks for joining, guys. Don't forget that I'm a writer, I'm an author. You will find the link to my latest book, English translated, in the description below. Also my PayPal for donations, in case you don't want to donate here on YouTube because they take 30% of everything you donate. And subscribe to my second channel, man. I have a second channel, people don't know that. Even though I did a lot of noise about it. And I will continue making a lot of noise about it. I have a second channel where I cover all games, games from different genres, top 10s, hidden gems. Check it out, linked to it in the description below. Do you like the Star Ocean games? I love the Star Ocean games. 2 and 4 are my favorites. Hey Chris, no, I haven't reached out to Ircha Gaming. I'm thinking about it, but it's gonna be complicated because she lives in Norway. I've explained this before. I'm gonna reach out, I'll reach out. I definitely want a girl for my next show episode. That JRPG show next weekend, next Sunday, guys. Don't miss it. Favorite album of all time, it's called The Fragile by 9 Inch Nails. By far, nothing comes close. Others that I really, really like are Disintegration by The Cure and Adore by the Smashing Pumpkins, Around the 4 by Deftones. Yeah, but The Fragile by 9 Inch Nails is... Which JRPG will you play in a rainy evening? I don't care, I don't really pay attention to the weather whenever I'm playing. It's like the weather doesn't get me in the mood. It's like, I want to play this RPG if it's really sunny or if it's really rainy. No, I play RPGs and that's it. There could be a freaking apocalypse outside my window and I will still be playing the same games. Do you feel like turn-based battle systems are becoming more rare? No? I feel like strategy RPGs, grid-based strategy RPGs like Fire Emblem, are becoming more rare. But turn-based? No? Star Ocean 5 is awful? I wouldn't call it awful. It's just not as good as the others. It pales in comparison to the others. I don't think it's an awful game. It's not great either. Why are they remaking Shining Force for mobile and not for consoles? Because you need to understand, I hate mobile games too, like you and everybody else here in the West. But in Japan the mobile gaming market is huge. So maybe what some companies are trying to do going mobile is, I think, this is my theory, it's not a fact. It's just what I think. It's trying to get money to maybe, use that money to fund a console RPG, a console release. This is it's just what I'm suspecting, But yeah, it just kills the enjoyment, the nostalgia, by going mobile. I would love to see a comeback of Wild Arms, Ark of the Lab, Shining Force, Valkyrie Profile. Those are 4 series that went mobile. Breath of Fire, and some of them succeeded, some of them didn't. Like the Breath of Fire mobile game was garbage. And even Japanese gamers know it. But maybe if they get enough money by going mobile in Japan, they'll have enough money to come back to consoles. It's too much to hope for, but yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles versus Trails of Cold Steel. Ooh, well, for me, Trails of Cold Steel. Well, Trails of Cold Steel is not exactly a series, It's just 4 games. Guilty Gear. I started Chrono Cross last night. Is there anything a new player should know before starting? Yes, you should. Chrono Cross is actually a very hard game. You should try to learn as much as you can about the elements. Always try to use the opposite elements against your enemies, especially the bosses, and always try to equip a lot of healing spells and resurrection spells, as many as you can. It's a hard game, man. Chrono Cross. I was this close. Hey, Oscar! This is my buddy Deathhead. You know this guy from several of my videos. Say hello to Oscar Franco. What was I saying? That I was this close of including Chrono Cross. Remember the turn-based, the hardest turn-based RPGs video? That game is gonna be there. It was one of my choices, but I removed it because I didn't find it that impossibly hard. But it's hard. Hey, Rav! Are there any games that you loved when you first played them, or your opinion on them changed with this? Oh, dude, we just Oscar and me, we just shot a video a couple of weeks ago about that, about games that we liked when we were little, and today we just don't like them anymore, or we don't like them that much. You know, I'm going to upload that video next Friday, and I want to do the same with my channel, but I'm thinking about calling it, top 10 JRPGs I used to like, or top 10 JRPGs that aged poorly, or it just breaks my heart. Because I know for a fact a certain PS1 game needs to be there, but man, it just hurts. I love that game when I was like 20 years old, and now I play it and I'm like, oh man. That's the reason. I've been crafting that idea for a while, since months ago, and I just don't have the balls to write a script and say this RPG, this legendary classic RPG is outdated. It is, but damn. Would you be interested in commercial projects to write tabletop RPG stories, characters, books? No, not really. Well, I don't know, maybe, I've never considered it. I would rather write a book. Pretty much a normal book, a novel, fiction, with a tabletop RPG story. I used to do that a hell of a lot, when I was younger. So I kind of burned out from that. So, I don't know, man. Did you play The Evil Within? Yeah, for like 20 minutes until there was this area where you gotta carefully pass through a tunnel full of saws and knives, or I don't remember. And you had to be really careful. It's right at the beginning of the game, and I never made it past that area. That's it. What's the one series that you would like to see a true modern comeback? Not on phones. Thanks for clarifying that. Oh man, Valkyrie Profile. I didn't even have to think about it. Valkyrie Profile. We did Chrono Cross music. I would actually recommend, if you're gonna play Chrono Cross, reading a guide. It's one of those games, you might need a guide. I think a walkthrough is advised. Why is Xenosaga 3 so similar to Final Fantasy X in battle and skill-wise? Probably because, Namco realized the battle system in Final Fantasy X was so good. It was just pretty much turn-based, simplified and enjoyable. So maybe that's why. I prefer the battle system in Xenosaga 3, If you could go back and experience a JRPG for the first time, which one would you be and why? Chrono Cross, because it's my favorite RPG of all time. I just got so in love with it when I first played it. Like, it was a life changer. People think I'm exaggerating, but it isn't, I just really... It was such a unique experience for me. Well, I guess I have not much questions. Probably just this one. When are we going to finish Donkey Kong Country 2? Today. We can play tonight, man. Anytime, man. I'm always up for it. No, man, I blew Reflection. It's on the PS4, right? It's an idle simulator. Not for me. Have you ever seen any films from Mexican filmmaker Carlos Reigadas? No, I have. I've never. There's a movie called Japón in Post Tenebras Lux. Post Tenebras Lux it sounds really good, man. I might check it out. Do you think Square will ever do reworks of old popular Final Fantasy games like Final Fantasy VI? What do you mean reworks? Like remakes? Like what they did with Final Fantasy VII? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. How many times did you replay Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmeria? 4? I think I've beaten the game 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. But I only did the Seraphic Gate once. Well, I actually did it twice, but the second time I couldn't beat the Iseria Queen. I beat her the first time, not the second time. Shadow Hearts versus Parasite Eve. Well, I will choose Shadow Hearts. Because Parasite Eve, in my opinion, only has one good game. The first one. What's your favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack overall? Dude, that's a hard question because I really love the soundtracks of Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, and 9. I choose 9 just because it's my favorite. Did you beat Fuga? Fuga Melodies of Steel, yeah! Like, I beat the game like 3 days ago, actually. Yeah, I love the game. Expect that game to appear on top 10s from now on. Do we need Project Cross Zone 3 on Switch? Yes, we do! At least I do. A lot. It's a necessity. You should try Divinity Original Sin. I have one on the PlayStation 4 that Rem sent me. I played it for like 2 hours. I streamed the game actually. And I realized, this game is I think it will be better played with somebody else. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the game, to play the game with it's a couch co-op mode, I think. Most overrated console? The Switch. Nah. For me, it will be... Oscar's gonna, be very pissed off because of this. I don't want to piss off my friend. I will say the Nintendo 64. Ugh. The 64, man. Look, I don't want to sound like a jerk because I did like the Final Fantasy VII remake, but I just wouldn't like to see any other Final Fantasy game, retro Final Fantasy game, remade into an action RPG. The combat in Final Fantasy VII remake was amazing. I liked what I played, but just I don't understand why Final Fantasy just tries so hard. Square Enix tries so hard to turn their games into hack and slash games. I don't know, man. While, Dragon Quest is still turn-based and it's still successful, so I don't get it, I would like to see some remakes on the old Final Fantasy games, just not in the Final Fantasy VII remake treatment. Is it wrong for old people to play games? No, why would it be wrong? You can be 90 years old and still play video games and enjoy it. I mean, no. If anybody else tells you otherwise, that somebody else is probably very, very moronic. What's your favorite movie? The Thin Red Line. The Thin Red Line. World War II movie. The only World War II movie I've seen where characters aren't depicted as, heroes, in American heroes and shit. Well, Kuro no Kiseki will include a turn-based battle system. It will give the player the option to go action or turn-based. That's perfect in my opinion. You're pleasing both both markets. People who don't like turn-based RPGs are still gonna play that game because they can go action if they want to. Which video game characters do you have a crush on? I don't have a single crush on anybody. My favorite anime is called Ergo Proxy. Ergo Proxy. Favorite anime of all time. Apocalypse Now, that's also one, but isn't that like a Vietnam movie? That's not a World War II movie. What do you think about the Lord of the Rings movies? Oh, they're fine. Actually, I watched all 3 of them on the cinema, on the theaters. I like them, but I'm not. I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest fan. What do you think Atlus is going to announce, giving the 25th anniversary? So when exactly? We've been having a lot of rumors for a while, haven't we? They've been saying Persona 6 is going to be announced, or remasters of the Persona 2 games, or Persona 3 remake, or port, or whatever. I hope they announce all of the aforementioned things that I said. If they do, I'm going to do a Persona 6 wishlist video. I wanted to do a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 wishlist video, but I recently became a fan of the first game, so I don't know. My favorite visual novel, I don't have one because I'm not really into visual novels, unless they have tons of gameplay elements like the Sakura Wars games, for example. Then if so, it will be Sakura Wars on the Wii. Thank you, man. I'll check out these Carlos Regatas. Which Breath of Fire series is best? There's only one Breath of Fire series. I take it you're asking what game of the series, which game? Well, to me, it will be Breath of Fire 4. Breath of Fire 4 on the PlayStation. Do you like One Piece? Nope. I don't like One Piece, Naruto, or Bleach. I don't like them. I don't hate them or anything. Nothing against them. I just don't find them appealing to me. Favorite book series you will recommend to others to read? Well, despite being very popular, I strongly recommend The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. It's not what you think. I know a lot of people watched the Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt movie and didn't like it. I love the movie, but a lot of people didn't like it. You know, you're missing out, man. Those books are freaking masterpieces. Thank you, Luke. Why did Masato Kato stop writing for JRPGs? He stopped? I didn't know. He did? Well, I guess it's been a while, right? Wasn't he involved in Xenoblade Chronicles? No, right? Probably not. Nemo propaganda, thanks, man. Any favorite console controller? Well, I think I'm gonna have to pick the PlayStation 4 controller. I really like it. It feels great in my hands. Whenever I'm playing any other game on any other controller, you know, I feel weird. I feel like, wait, man, I wish I could play this game with the PlayStation 4 controller. I think it's by far my favorite. Are you hyped for Elden Ring? No, Elden Ring, isn't that the Souls-like game? You're probably new to this channel. I don't like the Souls games. Do you like Entombed? I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I have to. What's Entombed? Isn't that a band? Sounds like a band, or is that a game? If you could take only one console to a desert island, which one would you choose? I was gonna say the PlayStation 2. But then, you know, how many games can I take with me, right? Well, I have my PlayStation 2 hacked, so there's this memory card called Free MacBoot, and I can just download a lot of PS2 games. So yeah, maybe the PS2. I was this close of picking the Vita, you know. Thanks, Mike. Have you ever seen Full Metal Jacket? Yes, I love that movie. I've seen that movie like 10 times. I did play Yakuza Like a Dragon for like half an hour. It was great, but I don't think it's my type of game. Do you generally prefer original or remake games? I'm okay with both. You know, I'm not that, that purist, that much of a purist. I'm okay with the games being remade as long as they're true to the original. I don't like what, companies like Natsume did with Lufia 2. That was a mediocre remake on the Nintendo DS. Can you recommend a JRPG with good replay value? Ooh, a lot. Chrono Cross. Because it has several routes, several endings. You can do different things on each playthrough, recruit certain characters you couldn't in the previous playthrough, and now you have a new game plus, right? Because you carry over your levels, your equipment, so the second playthrough is a walk in the park. Chrono Cross is the best when it comes to replay value, in my opinion. Others are like Devil Survivor 1 and 2, excellent replay value, the Girl Dancer games. If you could make a JRPG, which theme will you choose? What do you mean theme? What do you mean theme? Like... elaborate, please. Which JRPG are you most looking forward to in 2022? Probably the Trails from Zero or Project Triangle Strategy. Yeah, I'm gonna choose Project Triangle Strategy. That's my most anticipated game for next year. Should Tetsuya Takahashi leave Nintendo? Yeah. Well, I don't think it would be a good idea at this point. I mean, people are used to having his games on Nintendo consoles, right? But yeah, I would love to have a PlayStation 4 or 5 game developed by Monolith Soft. Lufia 2 is almost a masterpiece, if not a masterpiece. Love it. The original on the Super Nintendo. I just talked about that game a couple of days ago in a video. Is Three Houses the best Fire Emblem? No, in fact, I think it's an excellent game. I really liked that game. I love that game. I love Three Houses, man. But it just doesn't feel like a Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem, you need to go back to the Wii era and below. Favorite soundtrack on new contemporary game? That means no Chrono Cross, right? Is 8. I think Is 8 has my favorite soundtrack of this generation of games. I do recommend Xenogears. Just keep in mind it's a little bit outdated. Have you played Panzer Dragoon Saga? Only once a long time ago. There was this friend I had and he had a bunch of Sega Saturn RPGs. And I've never played a Sega Saturn RPG before in my life. And he had a bunch of them, that was one of them. But we played each RPG for like half an hour, maybe an hour. And that was it. It was an entire day, I spent with this guy. And I remember I liked Panzer Dragoon Saga. It has some really cool ideas. It's kind of hard to get used to the battle system, but it's great nonetheless. Will you be playing Nier Replicant? The remake, you mean? Yes, I will, eventually. Not right now, because it's kind of expensive. Look, it's a remaster, right? Remaster remake. I don't think it should be that expensive. It's still $60 everywhere. So, I don't know, man. I don't want to pay $60 for a game that I already have on the PlayStation 3. Do you plan on going full digital media in your game collection one day? Definitely not. I'm a physical collector. Often I think of, all of these games and I'm like, I can't just get rid of them, man. They mean so much to me. I love collecting. I love the history. I love having the game as it became real, when it first came out. That sounded weird, but you get the idea. I don't know much about Room Factory, man. I'm not a fan. What console are you playing the most recently? I'm playing the Switch. What are your top 5? Oh, what are your top 10 or 5 favorite Fire Emblem chapters? Ooh, that's a tough question, man. I love Fire Emblem so much that it will be almost impossible for me to choose a chapter. And there's a lot of games to choose from, so oof, that's just really hard. Have you seen the new Shining Force games that was announced? I did. I had the tragic misfortune of seeing the new Shining Force game that was announced. Yeah, check this out. This is Resident Evil music. Would you like to see a Zelda JRPG spin-off? Yes! You mean like a turn-based RPG of some sorts, based on Zelda? Yes, and I will play it. Favorite Nipponichi software developed the game? Right off the bat, I'd like to choose this Gaia 4. Though I was tempted to choose Soul Nomad on the PlayStation 2. I'll stay with this Gaia 4. Nope, I don't play Japanese RPGs. I'm gonna wait for the official release of Hajimari no Kiseki. What's the name of it in English? Trails from the Reverie? Right? I don't like Pokemon. I've played several Pokemon games, even some of the spin-offs. And I don't like them. Nah, I think it's highly unlikely we'll ever see a Breath of Fire game again. I don't think so. My top 3 JRPGs. Number 1, Chrono Cross. Number 2, Valkyrie Profile 2, Silmeria. And number 3 will be Growlancer 5. Heritage of War. Definitely those 3. Thank you, Jason. Is East 9 scratching your gothic itch? Nah. It has some gothic stuff, like some places, some churches, some buildings look gothic, and there's some gothic stuff here and there, but it's kept to a minimum. So nah, it isn't. Did you know there's making a bundle for the Switch with Phantom Brain and Soul Nomad? Yeah, I showed the trailer in a video. What was the video? I think it was a video where I included Soul Nomad actually, and I showed the trailer. Mike, Colfer, thanks man. You can only keep 2 of the following series. The others never existed. Tales, Trails, Final Fantasy, Persona, Fire Emblem, Star Ocean, Ys. Easy for me, man. I'll choose Fire Emblem and Ys. Are you into anime? Yes, I am. Not that much, though, but I used to be a lot. Would you like a Chrono Cross remaster for the Switch, a la Saga Frontier, or Romancing Saga 3, or a full remake? No remake, please. The game is perfect. Just a remaster would be perfect. Yeah, remaster. That's all. No remake. What are your favorite TV series of all time? Ooh, number 1. This. I don't know if you can see it. Breaking Bad. Hannibal. I love Hannibal, man. Hannibal. Based on, obviously, Hannibal Lecter. The Blacklist was pretty solid. I just finished watching last night one series. It's on Amazon. It's called The Terror. The first season blew me away. It starts off very slow. The first 2 episodes are like, when is it gonna get good? And it does get good. Not only does it get good, it gets great. Amazing first season, though I've heard a lot of bad things about the second season. But yeah, The Terror. Have you ever watched Twin Peaks? Of course, man, I've watched everything from David Lynch, except one movie. It's called The Straight Story. I've never watched that movie, but I've watched everything else David Lynch has done. Even his stupid weather reports in his YouTube channel. Best anime, and I can't say Ergo Proxy, then I'm gonna have to choose Claymore. I'm serious, I love it. Have you seen the Chernobyl HBO series? Yes, with the same character, the same actor, Jared Harris, right? Jared Harris. Yeah, ooh man, that's a great show. Chernobyl, it's like 5 episodes, right? Oof. Very, very good. Natural Doctrine, nay. It's an absolute nay. With capital letters N-A-Y. Nay, absolutely. Dude, it's the worst RPG on the PS3, 4, and Vita. No hay banda! That's for Mulholland Drive. Yes, I play the electric guitar, though. I'm about to buy new cords for it, a new amplifier. This one is very old. But yes, I do play it. Used to be a musician, but I retired. I retired. I gave up. Which RPG has the best battle system for you? Fire Emblem. I know it wasn't the answer you were expecting, but I fucking love the Fire Emblem battle systems. Every single one of them. If I had to choose just one Fire Emblem game, it will be Path of Radiance. Though I really enjoy the Game Boy Advance battle systems. Nemo Propaganda, thanks man. If you liked Ergo Proxy, you'll love the show Altered Carbon. Yeah, I know the show, man. I watched like 3 episodes, but I couldn't get into it. Especially not because I hate that fucking bitch, man. What's the name of the actress? She's a Mexican actress. I forget her name, man. I fucking hate, I can't stand her. And I don't know, I watched the movie. There's an animated movie based on that show, and it was alright. This is from Dragon Quest Heroes. Which RPG game do you like best? Chrono Cross is my favorite. What's your favorite Sega Saturn RPG? This is too loud. I don't know, man, because I've never finished a single Sega Saturn RPG in my life. The one that I liked the most was called Dragon Force, but take that with a grain of salt. I barely play them. All Sega Saturn RPGs. I don't think I ever put more than 1 hour into them. I did play Virtual Highlight, though. That's definitely the best of the worst. It's terrible, man. Why don't you play Europe-only games? I do. Why are you asking that? I do play them. Oh, Technolize. Technolize, man. Thank you for reminding me. That's one of my favorite anime series of all time. Technolize, and I love the ending theme at the very end of the series. Man, what a great anime. Did you watch the Castlevania animated series on Netflix? Yes, I haven't watched the 4th season because I cancelled Netflix so I could instead use Amazon Prime. But excellent series. The Castlevania animated series is very good. My favorite character from Chrono Cross, Harley. The Harley Quinn. Have you ever played Legend of the Mystical Ninja of the Super Nintendo? Yes, I have. A pretty fun game. It's very dumb, but dumb, good sense. It's very silly. I liked it. If someone paid to play a game, which did you accept? In which no accept? What? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. You mean if someone paid me to play a game? You sound like the guy from the Saw movies. How many games do you have? 320? Maybe? Thank you, Junim Gamer. Have you ever played either of the two? Oh, whoa. Either of the two newer Deus Ex games? No, I played one on the PlayStation 2 long time ago, and it's a great game, but since it's in first person, I couldn't get into it. Favorite Dragon Quest game, mainline, Dragon Quest 11. When are you playing a JRPG that is not Atlus? Never, because playing Atlus RPGs is all I do with my life. Were the Castlevania Nintendo 64 games as bad as people say? Look, I played Castlevania 64, I didn't play the other one. What was the name? Something Darkness. I didn't play that one. I did play it because I tested the game when I had it to, I had my store, and I had to test the game, and you start with this wolf-like character, right? But I don't remember much. I remember the original Castlevania 64, where you can choose between the guy or the girl. It just has terrible controls and terrible camera, man. I don't think they are as horrendous as they say, but they're bad. Definitely bad. At least the first one, in my opinion. That's a spoiler, but yes I did. Did you guess the identity of the Red Testament in Xenosaga 3 before he reveals his identity? I had my suspicions, and when he revealed himself, I was like, I knew it. Do you play multiple RPGs at the same time, or do you stick with a game until you finish it? I stick with a game until I finish it, but I usually play one or two at a time. Right now I'm playing Fire Emblem Fates Revelations for the first time. I mean, I beat Conquest and Birthright a long time ago, but I got Revelations, and I'm also playing East 9, but that's it. I'm the type of guy who only plays like one or two RPGs at a time until I finish them or until I give up. I am single. I'm straight and single. No wife. How metal are you? I'm very metal, man. Which JRPG plot twist you didn't see coming? The one in Bats and Kaitos, the original. There's this scene at the beginning of the game, I don't want to spoil it, but it's the very beginning of the game. You get this scene and you're like, what? There's a girl in there, and you're like, who's that girl over there, right? And then much later, when the plot twist is revealed, I didn't see that coming, honestly. This is from Super Valleys 4 on the Super Nintendo. Do you date many gamer girls? I don't. Are they hard to find? They're hard to find here in Mexico, absolutely. What? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. What got you need to YouTube and RPGs? I'm not sure I understand. Do you have a favorite non-fiction book, or maybe a specific novel that inspired you to write? Well, I don't know the name in English because I got the book in Spanish from Dostoevsky. It's called, I guess the translation will be The Death House. It's like a self. Not exactly an autobiography, no, but this is something that Dostoevsky lived. He went to jail, he was in prison, and he tells about his life in prison in Siberia, right? And it's a very good book. It's one of my favorite non-fiction books of all time. Although he he changed. He didn't want to use his own name, so he created a character for this. How do you speak English so well? Thank you very much. I think I still need to improve, but it's because I've been practicing English my whole life, since I was 11, 12 years old. Can you imagine life without gaming? No. No way, man. No. Serena or Veronica? What are you talking about? The only Serena I know is from the Law and Order series. Law and Order series. The lawyer. No, Serena from Fire Emblem. Which, this is too loud. The Lunar games on the PS1, what about them? Did you play Macken Shao? Nope. Hi, Junim, I told you hi a long time ago. Yes, I did play Disgaea 2. In fact, Disgaea 2 is the only Disgaea game I've ever finished in my life. I didn't play a lot of it. Well, maybe I did because I had to grind like crazy. Turn-based, Dark Souls. Nah. This is Dark Souls, it's just, I don't know, I think they're very boring games, man. Maybe if they have more story, more personality, you know, maybe. Oh, Serena and Veronica from Dragon Quest XI. Oh, definitely Serena. Veronica's fine, but she gets turned into this annoying loli, annoying tsundere loli, and I like that, actually, but I'm Serena. I actually prefer Serena over Jade. Do you like them Silver Star Story? Yes. I like them. I prefer Silver Star Harmony on the PSP, or Eternal Blue is great too. Have you ever played the Langrisser games? Me? Dude, I'm a big fan, yes. I love the remakes, man. And I play the original Warsong on the Genesis, love that too, but it's so hard. I played the remakes on the PlayStation 4 and Switch. Awesome remakes. Sword of Etheria. Isn't that the action RPG on the PS2 that only came out in Europe by Konami? I haven't played it. Ever heard of a PS1 strategy RPG called Eternal Eyes? Yes, I have. It's one of those when you play as one of the guy with his friends. Friends don't play with you. You're this guy, and then you start recruiting monsters and training them, kind of like Pokemon. It's good. I think Eternal Eyes is good, but that's about it. I think it's okay. Did you play God Eater? Yeah, I played God Eater Burst on the PSP, which is terrible, and then I played a remake called Resurrection on the PS4 digitally. It's great. And I played God Eater 2. I think God Eater 2 was great too, but I felt I was playing the exact same game. And I haven't played God Eater 3. Will you get a gamer girlfriend here in Brazil? Yeah, get me a gamer girl. Best console for JRPGs, PlayStation 2, man. Forever. Well, actually, can I pick the PS TV? Because if you hack it, you can just emulate it like crazy. What is the weirdest JRPG? The weirdest JRPG ever... That's a good one. I can't choose one. Probably Nights in the Nightmare. Yeah, definitely Nights in the Nightmare on the PSP and DS, Nintendo DS. I think it's a terrible game, but a lot of people liked it. I didn't, obviously, but it's so fucking weird. My 3 JRPG soundtracks, okay. Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger. I may not be the biggest Chrono Trigger fan, but I'm the biggest Chrono Trigger music fan. And Final Fantasy IX. if I like Line Greaser, I should try Girl Lancer. Someone said that. A lot of people, you guys right now are new to this channel. You know, they probably haven't seen a video where I covered the Girl Lancer series. I mean, it's kind of hilarious, yeah. It's kind of funny because I'm the Girl Lancer guy on the internet. What do you think about the? Oh, nah, I don't want to talk about the WADA stuff, you know, because I met two guys in Canada who were into that, both resellers, and I don't know, man. It's just a broken market, and we saw this coming. We definitely saw this coming, that the market was going to break and was going to explode, and now it has. And these WADA games is just bullshit, man. It's just a bunch of people manipulating the market. You know, it's just... Fuck those people, man. Have you been upset about a game being spoiled for you? Yeah, someone spoiled for me. I think it was the ending in Xenosaga 3 before I finished it. And then I watched the anime. There's an anime series based on the first season. But yeah, I don't like when people spoil the endings for me, especially if they have plot twists. Of course, if somebody comes and says, "Oh, this game is about fighting God," that's not a spoiler. I mean, that's almost every JRPG, right? But yeah. Thank you, Nemo. Technolize was a bit depressing. That's exactly why I loved it. You will also like Serial Experiment. I love Serial Experiment Lane. That's a series that the first time you watch it, you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then you watch it a second time and you start understanding it. And then a third time and so on. It's like the David Lynch movies. You watch a David Lynch movie for the first time and your mind goes crazy. Like, what the fuck, man? And then you watch the movie a second time and you start seeing things you didn't see before. And yeah, I love Serial Experiment Lane. It's one of my top 10 favorite anime series. You're right, you know, everyone wants to find a gamer girl. You know what? I don't care about that. I will rather find a woman that appreciates music as much as I do. That's all I'm asking. She doesn't need to be a gamer girl. She doesn't need to be into the same stuff as me. Just somebody who doesn't listen to trash music. That's all I'm asking. Longest JRPG you've ever played? I'm glad you asked. Hey, Thracia. Thanks for the donation, man. The longest JRPG ever played is called Namco Cross Capcom on the PlayStation 2. It was never released outside of Japan, but it's fan translated. And it's very good, but it's very long. And this is a game with no side quests. You don't do any side content here whatsoever. It's a strategy RPG. And it's like 75 hours long. I'm not kidding. Exactly, find a girl that appreciates you. That's all, you know, a woman who's pretty much willing to put up with my bullshit. You know, the problem with people's relationships nowadays, I'm gonna start sounding like an old man. The problem with youngsters nowadays is that they don't tolerate each other. Problem is that people expect you to put up with their bullshit, but they don't want to put up with your bullshit. That's the problem with relationships nowadays. People are so self-centered. You know, it's like, oh, you need to tolerate my fucking bullshit, my attitudes, and my defects, my flaws, but I'm not gonna tolerate yours. That's the problem. That's why relationships don't work nowadays. It's like, people are terrible, exactly. Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, you expect me to put up with your bullshit, but you don't want to put up with my bullshit? Come on. A relationship is a life of mutual tolerance. Should write a fucking book, man. Have you ever played Friday Night Funkin'? No. That sounds cool, actually. What's that? Nah, man. Let's not talk about trash music. Let's just not. Somebody's bound to get offended here. What do you think of the human species? I'm kind of a misanthropist, so. Do you want to get married one day in your life? Yes! Dude, this stream just turned into into something not gaming related. But yeah, some people just aren't compatible with others, and that works in every relationship, even friends. You know, I've met friends in my life, and I was like, you know, I just don't see the chemistry here. You know, I like this guy, you know, he's a good guy, a good friend. Well, this girl, I mean, we have some things in common, but we were just not on the same page. Yeah, some people are just not compatible to one another. It can happen in families too. Well, I think the term good taste in music is like very subjective. You know, a lot of people don't like, I don't know, jazz music, blues music, and it's great. A lot of people don't like metal, rock, you know, reggae, you know, all types of music. You know, it's just, I think people just need to be on the same page on at least something. If it's not music, maybe video games. If it's not video games, maybe books. If it's not books, maybe, you know, I don't know, movies, TV series, sports, something. I think people to coexist need to have something, you know, in common. One thing. The controversial Final Fantasy VIII. I think it's good. It's just, you know, very hard to get into and hard to understand. You would love to see me on a dating reality show? Come on, man. 9 Inch Nails, yeah. Have you played Code Vein? Oh, I loved Code Vein. And I know I've said I don't like Souls games, but I did like Code Vein. You wanna know why? Because it has a story, and it has characters, and character development, and cute anime girls. You're still living down in Jalisco? Yes, I am. Oh, well, no, the hurricane it didn't hit big in here. But we're getting, for example, yesterday it rained all day long, even during the night. So Jalisco wasn't affected that much by the hurricane, but we're just getting the sequels, like the leftovers of it. Do you play guitar often? Yes, I do. I play the guitar often, and I usually try to play the songs from my favorite bands. You know, 9 Inch Nails, The Cure, Deftones, Killing Joe, Gary Newman. I play a lot of random songs from certain bands like Pearl Jam, Sonic Youth. Favorite Persona game? For you, it's 3 FES. That's the same for me, man. That's the best Persona game. My favorite. I haven't played Undertale or Deltarune. I mean, who doesn't know Undertale nowadays, right? But I've never played it. Have you ever been in Poland? Nope. I was in Germany for 2.5 days. Did you play Genji Dawn of the Samurai? Is that the PlayStation 2 game? I played one on the PlayStation 3. It was alright. Story is pretty important. What are you talking about, Jason? Did you ever play Shadowrun for the SNES? Nope. I know the game. It's a Western RPG. Yeah, Radiant Historia. I love Gary Newman, man. Why do you prefer the second Valkyrie Profile game over the first one? I guess it's because, number one, I played it first. I played the second one years before I played the first one. And because I have such a history with it that the first time I played the game, I hated it. I couldn't stand the game. I was like, this is terrible. And then I gave it a second chance and it blew me away. And that's rare for me. You know, if you guys know me, if you guys have been a fan of this channel for a while, you guys know I stick to my opinion. If I play a game for the first time and I don't like it, I rarely go back to it. And if I go back to it, I dislike it again. That's what happened to me with the Souls games. I played Dark Souls, Demon Souls twice, and both times I was like, it's not for me, man. So for me, it was just very surprising to see that a game that I hated at first, the second time I ended up loving it. And I also like the story a lot. I don't know if you finished both games. Let's avoid any spoilers, but it's just the story is very... In the second game, it's very tragic. What happens at to the characters, you know, with the characters at the end, and it's just... I don't know, it really moved me. That's why I like it more, and I think the battle system in Silmeria is more engaging than in the original game. So there, 3 reasons why I like it more. No, I never played Genji on the PS2. I played on the PS3. How many hours does it take you to write a book? Nobody can answer that. Not a single writer in this world can answer that. A book can take a month or a year, or I don't know, maybe 10 hours for a short story, maybe 5,000 hours, you know. Nobody can answer that. I did play Dragon Force on the Sega Saturn. I think it's a very revolutionary RPG nobody talks about. But nobody talks about it because it's on the Sega Saturn. It's exclusive to it. And who the hell can play Sega Saturn RPGs nowadays? Well, I prefer the Tale series over the Star Ocean series. I love Star Ocean, but as much as I love Star Ocean, I don't think Star Ocean is on my 10 favorite RPG series of all time. Did you ever get around to finishing Final Fantasy Tactics? Nope. See what I mean? At least I changed my mind and I recognized the game is great. I saw its greatness, but no, I never went back to it. Have you played Dragon Age Origins? I did! I loved it, even though I played the PlayStation 3 choppy version which lags like crazy and it's terrible. I played South Park, The Stick of Truth, and didn't like it. I don't know what happened. I don't know, man. I didn't like it. I love the show. I love the movie. But no. No one's asked that before. Do you think you would ever get into Final Fantasy XIV? No, I don't think I ever will because you need to pay for it. Although somebody told me that it's free. I think I remember someone telling me that it was actually free. I don't know. If it's free, I might, but I don't want to pay the PlayStation Plus just to play online. Have you tried Cosmic Star Heroine? Dude, that's my favorite indie RPG ever. I just got Crosscode, you know? Where is it? Oh, it's all the way in the back. I just got Crosscode. A lot of people are gonna be excited for that. Dude, I got that question like a million times for like a year. Have you played Crosscode? Have you played Crosscode? I will. I have the game now. I have it. I'll probably stream it. When? I don't know. Maybe Wednesday? It seems to me that Wednesdays are the best days for me to stream sometimes. Maybe Saturdays. I'll stream Crosscode. Is there a game that you can think of that's similar to Valkyrie Profile? Ooh, in terms of story or in terms of battle system, I don't think there's anything like Valkyrie Profile. You need to make a video about the best and worst RPGs on the original Xbox. There's like 2 RPGs on the Xbox, man. Yes, I played Mega Man Legends. The first one was okay. The second one was great. I really liked it. I never finished it. I got stuck in a mission on a train with a boss fight that I couldn't defeat. But that was like 15 years ago, man. What? Dude, stop spamming your comment about the Xbox RPGs, please. Do you like Infinite on Discovery? Yeah, I do. I think it's kind of hard to get into, but it's great. Once you get into Infinite on Discovery, it really pays off. You know, it's worth it. I think it's a great game. Do you recommend Shining Resonance Refrain? Yeah, if you're looking for something casual, I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a good game. It's an alright game. If you like fan service, that's definitely the game for you. Make a JRPG list with all the S tiers on your lists. That will be fun, but it will be just me talking about the same games I've talked about a million times before. Maybe just a slideshow or you know, like a music video with all of them. Exist Archive is similar to Valkyrie Profile. Yeah, that's what I meant. You know, if it's in terms of gameplay or story. In terms of gameplay, Exist Archive, Indivisible. What's the name of this game? Fuck. Never mind. But in terms of story, nothing comes even close. What's the best way to play PlayStation 2 titles on the original PlayStation 2 console? Have you played the Etrian Odyssey series? Yeah, I played the first one on the Nintendo DS and then remake, I think, Story Untold, something on the 3DS. They're not my types of games, man. You need to make a tier list of JRPG stories. Well, I take it you're asking that because on the update video I did on January, I promised that I will make lists on the best JRPG stories by console. I'm working on that, you know, I'm still deciding if I want to do that series this year or next year. But I'll definitely get around that, don't worry. Do you ever play RPG? Yes, I love the E-series. How often do you shave? Not too often, I'm very lazy. Are there any good Sword Art Online games? I have no idea because I've never played a single one of them. Thoughts on Persona 5 Strikers? I just got the game, well, I bought it. Yesterday I bought the game on Amazon because it was on sale here on Amazon Mexico. It was like $28, I think. It was 570 Mexican pesos. Free shipping. That's the Persona 5 beat 'em up, Oscar. Maybe you'll enjoy it. I got the Switch version. PS4 version is still like $30-something. Do you still remember the first JRPG you ever finished? Of course, it's called Super Mario RPG. What time is it in Mexico? Right now it's 1:17 p.m. Which RPGs made you cry? Valkyrie Profile 2, Tales of Legendia. Not a lot, you know. Usually I don't cry a lot in JRPGs. Yeah, the first Chrono Cross made me cry too. Time and Eternity made me cry for how bad it was. In your opinion, what platform puts out your favorite JRPGs? The PlayStation 2. There's a band called Maid. Never heard of it. I don't like those pseudo metal bands from Japan and Korea. I've seen interviews of the girls. I watched one time an interview with a very popular metal band, and there are 3 girls, and they know shit about metal. They don't know anything. They're just there because a fucking producer put them up to, oh yeah, play metal. Let's do something different with this idol bullshit in Japan or in Korea. So that's what happened. So they're hypocrites in my opinion. They're fucking posers, man. I like it when, you know, when the girls singing metal or the guys singing metal are actually metalheads, are actually into that kind of music. And I don't know, it's a thing in Japan, it's a cultural thing in Japan, I just don't understand, but I hate it. I don't have a gun, man. Guns are illegal in Mexico. Did you play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? People keep recommending that game, but it's only on the freaking Xbox. I don't smoke anything. I don't do any drugs of any kind. Every now and then a beer, but you know, no. Do you play PS2 games on the original console, or do you prefer to emulate? I played all my PlayStation 2 games on the original console. Baby Metal. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's the band. Baby Metal. Fuck them. Fuck them, man. How can you play metal if you don't like metal? What the fuck? That's just business, man. It's some money. It's just business music. No artistic features whatsoever. Sudeki on the game on the Xbox. Didn't we play that? I think I played it at Oscar's house. I don't remember. Do you like the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children music? I don't even remember it because I thought the movie was alright. I watched it and it was like, it's okay. That's it. Okay, if you say so. Made. Alright, I'll check it out. Hopefully... I'm not saying baby metal is it's bad music. Okay? I'm just saying it's hypocritical music. I mean, imagine a producer coming into my life and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you $1 million if you're gonna do rap music. I want you to do rap, hip hop," and I do it, and I get a lot of fans, and I get popular and famous. But on the inside, I don't care about rap music. No offense to people who like it. Or hip-hop music, I don't care about that. So, you see what I'm getting into? It's just that baby metal for me, I don't care if the music is good or bad, it's a trash band. Let's just stop about that. Is Rin Schwarzer the best JRPG character ever? No way. I think he's a good protagonist because we do see him grow in 4 games, man. Most JRPG protagonists don't get that treatment. They only get 1 game. But I think he's a good protagonist, but I don't think it's one of the best. We need more guys like Yuri from Tales of Vesperia or Ryudo from Grandia 2, Stock from Radiant Historia. Where am I from? Mexico. Jalisco. We didn't play Sudeki. I think we played... I'm glad to see you're still here, man. We played Jade Empire, right? I remember now. It's just we did this video on hidden gems on the Xbox and you came over to my house and you brought the Xbox. And I'm pretty sure we played Sudeki, but I remember Jade Empire, clearly. And you've just gotten that game. What's this? I think this is from Trails of Cold. No. Oh, this is from Arc Rise Fantasia. Could you say that all of your experience playing JRPGs has helped to inspire your writing? Yes, it has. I know a lot of my books have nothing to do with JRPGs at all, but there's a couple of them who do have a lot to do, yes. And if it wasn't for JRPGs, I would never have gotten into role-playing on forums, on Messenger back in the day. So yeah, JRPGs played a crucial part in my writing career. Yeah, the Arclight Twilight of the Spirits have two. Well, I think Karg is a mediocre protagonist, but Dark definitely is a great protagonist. I Am Setsuna or Lost Sphere. Ooh, I'll choose I Am Setsuna. I think I Am Setsuna is the better game, but Lost Sphere has a more interesting battle system. Let's leave it at that. Muramasa or Odin Sphere? Odin Sphere, man. Come on. Jade Empire, yeah. Sudeki was around, but I believe we didn't play it. Okay. How tall are you? I don't know. I don't know in English, man. I know in meters. I'm 1.75, I think. I don't remember either, man. If we played Sudeki, I don't remember either. We probably did put the game in the Xbox and tried it for like 10 minutes, maybe. It's just I think Jade Empire gave us a better impression overall. I mean, we liked Jade Empire more. Maybe that's why we remember Jade Empire. But Sudeki, maybe it was so unimpressive. I mean, it has this overly sexualized female character. My mom. I want somebody to recognize this music. I dare you. Yes, I think I Am Setsuna is criminally underrated. I mean it. Are you not a fan of Western RPGs? You're right, I'm not a fan. There. Nobody? No? How is cap? Anyway, yeah. I'll wait a bit. So I was talking about the Western RPGs, right? I'm a fan of some games. I'm a fan of Dragon Age. Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age Inquisition were badass. I love them. But I love some indie RPGs developed in the West. I like Might and Magic, Clash of Heroes. I love that game to pieces, man. Reckoning, Kingdoms of Amalur, Reckoning, badass game. I do like some Western RPGs, but I'm not a fan of, overall, I'm not a fan of the whole genre. Valkyria Chronicles Duel? Isn't that Valkyria Chronicles 3? Which is a freaking masterpiece, actually. No, this music, alright, nobody guessed it. It's from Toy Story. Toy Story on the Super Nintendo. Great soundtrack. Dude, my dude, you have that game and you don't want it. We might be able to do some trading. Yeah, man. Toy Story on the Super Nintendo. I mean, it's a great song, man. I don't care what you say about the game. No, did I ever finish Kingsfield 2? No, man, it kicked my ass. This is from... I won't say it. We're gonna play a game, guess the song. I'm gonna start a podcast with that. Oh, nobody? Come on. Someone's gotta know. You'll never guess it. Ah, there, someone. That's right, that's from Metal Slug 5. It was one of my favorites. My favorite's X and then 5. So no, I never finished Kingsfield 2, it beat the crap out of me. Ragnarok Odyssey is a great game, just keep in mind it's quest driven. You'll be doing the same dungeons, the same areas over and over again. Eventually it gets repetitive, but it's great. The battle system is great. Best Valkyrie profile game, for me, will be the second one. Yeah, this is Metal Slug 5. Are you playing or planning to play Neo? The World Ends With You? No. Unless it goes for dirt cheap, no. I'm not planning on doing that. Best JRPG weapon or sword? The Murasame, what was the name? Mura something in Chrono Cross, because it's an evil sword. An evil sword, man. What would you choose as a single career? Oh, money aside. What would you choose as a single career? RPG content or writing? Writing. I'm a writer at heart. I create stories and characters. I love that. If I could make that for a living, I would choose that over this YouTube channel. But this YouTube channel is also very fun. I love it. Kasumi or Valeria? Valeria for me. Definitely. The Masamune from Chrono Cross. That's one evil sword, man. Yeah, what, you thought I was gonna choose the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII? Or the, what was the name? The Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII? Nah, the Masamune. Thank you, the Cookie Cheese Man. The Cookie Cheese Man, that's a great name, man. Was there an RPG or multiple RPGs you've played that you thought would be utter trash but was actually really good? Did you make a video that actually answers this question? No. I've done videos insulting games before, but games that I thought would be bad and I played them and they were great. Well, I have a confession to make. I really thought Scarlet Nexus will be kind of not bad, but it just looked from the trailers, it looked like something that I wasn't going to enjoy. And when I played the demo, I loved it. So how about that? I thought for a fact this was a long time ago, I thought that Illusion of Gaia was gonna be bad, you know, and I played it and it was great. Sure, it has some difficulty spikes that are annoying, but yeah. It's also happened the other way around with games that I thought were going to be great and they ended up being trash. Secret of Evermore. I don't care, click the dislike button if you want to, unsubscribe. I fucking hated that game. And I thought that was a game that was gonna be like, wow, you know, it's gonna be great, you know, Secret of Evermore. Ugh. Alright, it isn't trash. It's not trash, it's not one of the worst Super Nintendo RP, it's not. I'd rather play Secret of Evermore over Draken, or over Tecmo Secret of the Stars, or in Indo Way of the Ninja. Anyway, so, man, I can't think of other. Thank you, Ulayoth. You've got all of my books. Awesome, man. I hope you enjoy reading my books. My books are kind of hard to read, but thank you. They're very rewarding, aren't they? I can't think of any other game that I thought was gonna be awesome, and when I thought it was gonna be trash, and when I played it, it was amazing. Yeah, Illusion of Gaia, definitely. What else? I can't. It's actually a good idea for a top 10. You know, games that, you know, we should do that too, Oscar. for Discusión Gamer. You know, games that we thought were going to be terrible and they ended up being great. You recognize this song, don't you? I mean, come on. Why do you dislike the first SMT games? You mean the original, you know, the ones that came out on the Super Famicom? I've only played the first one. it was just too cryptic, man. I started playing the game, and it asks you these questions to mold your personality, and then you start going to this. You start in your room, I think, and then you go out into the city, and that's where I got lost. I was like, where am I supposed to do here? Where am I supposed to go? I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I just think the first Shin Megami Tensei game, I don't think it's a bad game. For its time, I thought it was pretty original. I mean, how many games are like the first Shin Megami Tensei game back then? Nothing. There's nothing like it. Sure, there are a bunch of dungeon crawlers in first person, but like Shin Megami Tensei, there was nothing. But it was just too cryptic for me. The interface was clunky. Controls were kind of... I just think it's very outdated. That's about it. The music was great. And I played Digital Devil Story. Digital Devil Story. That's the very first Megami Tensei game ever. 1987 it came out in the Famicom. Booey, that game was brutal. Kicked my ass from the beginning. Do you recognize this song? Yes, it's Genesis. Sega Genesis, that's the only hint I'll make. How long have you been playing JRPGs? Since I was... Well, actually since I was 20 years old. But I played my first one when I was like 13. And then I got into Super Mario RPG when I was like 17. But when I really started playing a lot of JRPGs, when I was 20 years old. Kefka or Luca Blight? Well... I don't know. I think those two characters are overrated. They're just so evil, I know. They're fucking evil bastards. I'm 35 years old. I'll be 36 in a month and 12 days. That's right, Oscar. Phantasy Star 4. Well, this right now is from another game. But the previous song was from Phantasy Star 4. I love the Tales of Arise demo. It did get me more excited. I really like the demo. Did you play Cyberpunk 2027? No, 2070. No, I'm not interested in playing it. Thank you, True Crescent. Can anyone say this with a straight face? I understand Resonance of Fate. I can't. That's right, Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Apocalypse. It also plays in Apocalypse. Scarlet Nexus was great. Stop asking that question, guys. I already said it a million times. It's great. Why don't you collab with the Metal Jesus crew? What are you talking about? I've had Radical Reggie, like 3 times in this channel already. I'm looking forward on doing collaborations with John Briggs, but I sent him a message on, was it Twitter? I think it was Twitter, and he never replied. Maybe John Hancock. Yeah, I'm down to it. I want to have the Metal Jesus on that JRPG show. That would be great, man. But the guy is just too famous. I don't know, man. I just don't have the balls to invite him over. Maybe I can talk to Reggie, and Reggie can talk to him in my stead. Yeah, you having Jason, from Metal Jesus Roxy. Ooh, man. Dream come true. What's your most anticipated JRPG right now? Shin Megami Tensei 5. Obviously. Tales of Arise is a close second, but Shin Megami Tensei 5, man. Have you played The Witcher series? Yes, I played The Witcher 3, the one everybody played. Didn't like it, but I suspect I didn't give the game a second chance, a proper chance. I want to give the game a second chance one of these days. You have to pay $3,000 to get a shout out from Metal Jesus. Ah, come on, man, that's not true. In fact, I'm pretty confident. Why is this song again? Didn't we hear before? It's replaying the same playlist again. Well, whatever. Yeah, I'll definitely ask Metal Jesus Rocks eventually. We will be like maybe by the end of the year, the last episode of that JRPG show, and if he says yes, ooh. So, what are your favorite genres beside RPGs and strategy RPGs? Action RPGs. No, I get what you mean. I love fighting games. I love environmental puzzles, platformers, survival horror games. Not that much anymore, but back in the day I used to be a big fan. I love hack and slash games. Did you play Infinite on Discovery? Yes, I did. I've talked about Infinite on Discovery in this channel like 20 times, I'm pretty sure. Are you happy that I don't do sports in life? I have a bike, a stationary bike, and that's how I work out. A bike. Are you happy that Shin Megami Tensei 5 is only on Nintendo Switch? No. Well, I don't have an opinion on that because the last Shin Megami Tensei games, all of them have been on Nintendo consoles, so I've gotten used to it. Oh man, East 9, I'm 5 hours into East 9, maybe 6. I'm loving it. Really liking this game so far. I still think East 8 is better, but give me time. I love it, man. Thank you, Codename Suikoden 2. Yeah, Suikoden 2 is a great game. It just has shitty translation and the Nanami bullshit, man. You're Sony or Nintendo? Well, I'm a PlayStation fanboy. PlayStation fanboy, man. I mean, come on. You're asking that question with a guy with his ridiculous PlayStation cap. Have you ever heard of Afro Gamer Dude? No, never heard of him. Do you want to collaborate with Angry Joe? I don't know. I'm not a fan of his channel. It will be a fun collaboration, I guess, but he's far too famous. Will you make a ranking? Oh, the Vita JRPG video. Yeah, man. It's just when it comes to making Vita videos, a lot of people don't watch them. But I'll make that video probably by the end of this year or next year. So after what happened with my last 2 PlayStation Vita videos, I don't know, they weren't successful, so Sony starting to lose a lot of fans because of their censorship. Yes, we're a bunch of fucking idiots, huh? I mean, why would you... I mean, I understand if they want to censor some sexualized little girls, but there are other censorship stuff that I just don't get it, man. I mean, Sony has God of War, Dante's Inferno, which are extremely violent games. Call of Duty, man. And they want to censor, I know, a 16-year-old girl that looks, you know, extremely sexy. I mean, it's just... I was just talking about Secret of Evermore, like 15 minutes ago. I fucking hated that game. I hated that game, man. Ugh. Final Fantasy or Phantasy Star? That's a good question because I'm probably not. Jesus. That's a hard question. I might pick Final Fantasy merely out of nostalgia, but that's oof, hard question. Thank you, Justin. I can compare certain games from Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star, just not the both series. I just don't know which one I like the most or the least. I mean, maybe Phantasy Star, because Final Fantasy, I don't know, man, it doesn't exist anymore to me. It's dead to me. Died after Final Fantasy 12. Yes, I did play Terranigma. Every time I do this Q&A, that's so weird, isn't it? Every time I do these Q&A streams, there's at the very least someone asking about a game I just covered in the last video. White Knight Chronicles seems really repetitive. Do you recommend it though? Well, I do recommend the game, but if you're planning on doing all the side quests, yes, it's very repetitive. I would recommend you to focus on the main story, which is like 15 hours long, 20 hours maybe, and that's it. And I never felt the game to be that repetitive. It is an absolutely amazing, it's not a wow game, but it's good. So, yeah. I don't think the main story is repetitive, but the side content can be pretty repetitive. What is your favorite RPG subgenre? Strategy RPGs. I would love a crossover Silent Hill game with JRPG elements. Well, guess what? It already exists. It's called Silent Hill Book of Memories on the PS Vita. It has RPG elements. Have you played Vanguard Bandits? Epic Castella? Yes! Ooh, big fan here, man. I love that game. On the PS1. Too bad it's too fucking expensive, but oof. Great game, man. Any tips for Octopath Traveler? Be patient. Don't lose it, man. Just be patient. It pays off, it's a great game. What do you think of Danganronpa? You know what, I have only played the third one. I have Danganronpa 1 and 2 on the Vita, and I've never touched them. But I played the third one and couldn't get into it, though. Let me say that I'm a big fan of Ultra Despair Girls. I love that game. Nier Gestalt or Automata? Gestalt for me. Definitely, Gestalt is it's just an amazing game. It's a masterpiece. Nier Gestalt is one of my top 10 favorite RPGs of all time. Do you think that Kevin Graham is a great protagonist? Kevin from Trails of Cold Steel 3. No, Trails in the Sky 3. Nah. Yeah, he was an interesting main character. I think he is. I mean, he can't beat Estelle, of course. He will never touch Estelle, not even close. But yeah, great character nonetheless. What about Kudelka? What about it? How do you get ideas to write a book? Oh, it's because my mind is like a schizophrenic. I have a lot of imagination, like a lot of ideas, lots of characters. I don't need to get ideas, they're already there. I just need to choose. Is there any book you'd like it has some RPG series? What do you mean? Is there any book you'd like it has some RPG series? I don't understand your question. Like adventure types of books? The ones that say you like go to the next page if you want to save the princess, go to page 34 if you don't? Kudelka. Yeah, Kudelka, what about it? Were you excited when you were asked to give an interview recently? Oh, you're talking about the post I did yesterday, right? That interview is like a month old, I think. Well, I'm not sure if excited is the right word because I've done a lot of interviews already in the course of my career. But I guess, yeah, it's always exciting, you know. It's always good, nice, and fun when somebody tells you, I want to interview you, it makes you feel like you're actually, you know, important, like, oh, somebody wants to interview me. So yeah, fly. What about Kudelka? What are you guys talking about Kudelka? I want to talk about Kudelka. Games like Valkyria Chronicles or maybe even Lost Dimension. Yeah, I love Lost Dimension. Thank you, Tony. My 3 desert island RPGs definitely is 8. Is the first one, definitely. I don't know two more games that are desert island RPGs. The first one that comes into mind is 8. Obviously, it's my favorite. Do you like Robotech Macross? Nope. Did you ever use drugs? Nope. This song is from a band called Ghosting. I just decided to include it because it's a song called Ghosting. I'll leave it in the chat right now. This band needs more love. I don't think it exists anymore. Let Me Stay. That's the name of the band and the song. Is Persona 5 overrated? Well, are you familiar with my definition of the term overrated? I need to ask that first before I answer. Do you recommend Tales of Symphonia? Yeah. Did you play Suikoden Tear Cries on the Nintendo DS? Yes, I did, and I loved it. It's not one of the best Suikoden games, but it's great. I loved it. You just gotta keep in mind you're playing a game that wasn't developed by Murayama and the original team, and that it is designed as a spin-off, not a main title. Not a fan of Skyrim or Fallout here at all. You know, I played this Fallout game on the PlayStation 2 once. What was it called? Brotherhood of Steel? What a terrible game, man. Oh my god, what a terrible fucking game. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel on the PlayStation 2. Man. Favorite Kenko RPGs? Mystic Chronicles and Revenant Saga. What are Don Quixote do Flamingo? What RPG would you like to live in? You would like to be in Tales of Vesperia? I'm not sure which one. I've never asked myself that question. What RPG would I love to live in? Maybe Code Vein, because that's a bad answer, I know. Code Vein, because all girls are extremely beautiful and they're gothic and... I'm just kidding. What is your favorite thing about Mexico? The food. Everybody will agree. The food, man. The food in Mexico. That's the best thing about this country. What is the most immersive and atmospheric RPG you ever played? Well, speaking about Code Vein, actually, that was one of them. I recently finished a game called Fuga, Melodies of Steel. It was very immersive. It makes you feel as if you were actually there with the kids. But I don't know, that's a good question. Some of the Persona games can be like that because they're too long. You play them, the Trails series, for example, very immersive. What do you think of Soul Sacrifice? That's an excellent game. I really liked it. I've only played 2 hours, because I streamed the game and it was my first time playing it, and it was great. I really liked it. It's very hard, but it's very good. It has some unique ideas. The storytelling in that game is amazing, man. How it's told like in a storybook from different points of view. These narrators, I don't know. I really liked Soul Sacrifice. Have you played or are you going to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake? I only played the demo, which is 2 hours long. I liked it. It was great. It was solid. I'm planning on playing it once the price drops considerably. like 20 bucks or less. In fact, I need to play it because I really want to make a video on the best JRPG remix ever. Baten Kaitos reminds you of Chrono Cross because both games were written by the same guy. Masato Kato wrote the script for those two games. That's why it reminds you of those. Yeah, Golden Sun 1, I played all three of them, Golden Sun 1, 2, and 3. Oh man, I gotta go. Last questions, guys. 5 minutes. Incredible stories, man. Chrono Cross and Baten Kaitos. Amazing writing in there. It's my favorite RPG author. Sorry, my favorite RPG writer. Badass games, Baten Kaitos. And they're pronounced Baten Kaitos, not Baten Kaitos or anything. According to JRPG, my friend Gaius. Do you like Resident Evil games? I do. I like the old Resident Evil games, not the new ones. To me, it all died with Resident Evil 4, went into a different direction that I didn't personally like. Did you finish Dragon Quest Heroes 2? Yes. Brutal game, man. I didn't include that game on my top 10 hardest action RPGs video because I knew it just didn't belong there, but I was this close of including that game there. It's very hard, but I really, really liked it. Big fan of Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 here. Is Mother 3 good? No, but I know a lot of people who are die-hard fans of that game who will go as far as to say it's better than Earthbound. But I've never played Mother 3. Would you rather have a third Chrono game or a Chrono Remastered collection? I'm not sure if I want a third game considering how Square Enix is nowadays, because if we get it, it's probably gonna be an action RPG. And no thanks. Maybe a remastered collection, including Radical Dreamers, the visual novel on the Satellaview. That was the add-on on the Super Famicom. It's just weird. Why would you release a game, a part of the Chrono series, for that particular system? It was just weird. Lost Odyssey is a masterpiece on the Xbox 360, man. I hope it gets a remaster, but it's just perfect as it is. An amazing game, man. Best Xbox 360 RPG, along with Nier. Best PSP JRPG title, that's the one console I just can't make up my mind. I can tell you my favorite RPG on almost every single console. Almost all of them. But PSP, I can't decide. One day is Trails in the Sky 1 and 2, the next day is Ragnarok Tactics, the next day is Fate Extra, the next day is Girl Lancer 4. I can't decide, but I will admit that I'll admit that Trails in the Sky 1 and 2 together, that's the best PSP RPG in my opinion. Last questions, guys, and I want to thank you for joining. Dark Cloud. I think Dark Cloud is a game that I liked at the beginning, but as I kept playing the game, I started liking it less and less. Eventually I gave up on the game. I think it's a good game, but it's just kind of hard to get into. It becomes this really hard dungeon crawler. I don't know, I think it's a good game, don't take me wrong, but what game has your favorite job class system in it? I'm not really a guy for jobs and classes. I've never been a fan of that. I like predetermined classes like in Fire Emblem. So there you go, Fire Emblem. What second one? Dark Cloud 2? It's a much better game, that's for sure. Thank you guys. One last question. One. Just one. Yeah, the Chrono Cross soundtrack, man. If you're not gonna ask anything, Roxy Castle in Suikoden 2. That was the name of my castle. Roxy Castle. Huh. Yeah, Breath of Fire 2 Remaster. Fix the encounter rate. Please, Capcom. Fix the damn encounter rate in Breath of Fire 2 in a remaster. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. I had a blast like usual. Remember, I do these Q&A live streams 2 times a month. It's like one Sunday, 1 and 1. It's a JRPG show, then Q&A, then a Let's Play, then Q&A, and so on. 2 times a month, twice a month. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for watching the videos. Subscribe to my second channel. Link in the description below. I have a second channel, that's right. Link in the description, don't forget. Second channel, different content, different games, not RPGs. Retroidvaniac, thank you very much. Are you tempted to play another Eden? I am tempted. But I won't. Precisely because it's a mobile game. Thank you, guys.